At the press conference immediately following the game, the head coach, Doug Collins, stepped up to the podium and just basically let loose on his feelings as they wrapped up the home season. Here's a listen.
Anytime there's been any disrespect, he stopped it immediately. It's the greatest compliment he can give me. In 5 years, he's never said one curse word to me ever. And I've had guys in that locker room curse at me this year, show no respect. And Michael step in immediately and say, we don't treat our coach that way. Michael has the ultimate respect for a coach.
Were you surprised at the level of disrespect you got from the team?
It was insidious.
Strong word indeed, and you talk about the full circle of life in the NBA, because Doug Collins was a man who was fired in Chicago in large part because a young Michael Jordan wanted him out. So
and
now
that's how Phil Jackson got the job, and the rest is history.
And now here's the old Michael Jordan basically coming to Doug Collins' defense, where the young Michael Jordan booted him out of his job.
And now the old Michael Jordan is complaining about young guys complaining about their head coaches. And that's how it goes. You know, once again,
Circle of life.
Those kids, I tell you, they got to straighten them out.
No questions, then that's good.
Michael, I hate to start this on a down note, but Coach Collins...
You're accustomed to doing it anyway,
right.
so what's going to change?
Yeah, Coach Collins had some blistering words for your teammates, saying he was showing a lot of disrespect in the locker room this year. The Utes stood up for him, but often there was a lot of disrespect. He said it was insidious. He says the roster may have to change because of it, and he's not going to let it happen again next year. I'd like for you to address that.
Those are Coach's words. I mean, we actually had situations where he felt like he was disrespected, and I felt like, you know, I had to step up and say that's not going to be handled here as long as I'm here. I mean, you know, it's been years that I've been in professional basketball, and I can't honestly say I've ever gotten to a point where I can ever question or disrespect the coach at any point in time behind closed doors in front of people at all. And if he felt like there were situations like that, then, you know, obviously those situations be dealt with over the course of the summer. And I'm not going to specify or go into single individual events, but, you know, obviously that is not any kind of piece of harmony or any kind of thing that you want on in your organization. I mean, I wouldn't expect you to have that at your job site. We don't want to have it here. And it's definitely a concern. It's just the things that we have to address in the off season.
Michael, when you wake up on Thursday morning, will you have feelings of content or relief?
Both. You know, I would be content in the sense that I gave the game of basketball as much as I could give it physically, you know, and relief that, you know, I don't have to see these cameras for some time in terms of this capacity about me playing and, you know, question about me playing. So I'll be both come Thursday morning.
Mike, he said he wanted to bring his team, show them how to play, show them how to play with emotion and how to win. But for your last home game, for the team to play like it did tonight and the way for the game to end like it ended tonight and everything, do you feel some disappointment?
Well, I mean, that's a tough evaluation when, you know, it's very tough for young kids to understand what it feels like to go out and play, even though you may not be playing for a playoff position. And, you know, in all honesty, the quest of this team and these players, you know, whoever's back, will be next year in terms of what they take or what they have taken from me, in terms of me in the way that I conduct business on the basketball court. And, you know, I know a lot of people or some people even believe that I prohibit some of the guys from growing up, and I disagree with that. I mean, in all honesty, no matter who you're playing with, if you're good enough to play on this level, you're going to have to go out and play in front of 20,000 people. So what's one person going to intimidate you not playing a game of basketball? Maybe one game, maybe 2 games, but for 82 games, I'm not buying that. So next year is going to be a test for some of these guys to understand what, at 40 years old, what I gave to the game for the last 2 years, and at 21, 22, 23, 24, what they can contribute at the beginning of their careers and help this franchise get where we got to get, you know. And you know, it is yet to be seen. You know, we've showed signs, yes, but we haven't done it consistently, and that's going to be a test for this franchise.
Michael, have you been in contact with any other GMs across the league about a front office position, or is your heart still here in Washington?
I haven't been contacted by anyone. You know, I'm still a player. as of tomorrow, and then Thursday, obviously, probably Friday, I'll send in my retirement papers whenever that I have to do that. And then from that point on, obviously, I want to move back upstairs. We have to have some discussion with management here, and hopefully, the thing goes as smooth as I expect. And if not, then obviously I have other options.
In regard to the outpouring of love and affection that fans showed you tonight?
Totally respectful. You know what I mean? As I said, they really didn't have to do it, but they did it. And the fans here have been very supportive. They only see me for, I represented them for 2 years, 3 years in terms of 1 in the front office and 2 in uniform. But I played in front of them quite a few times. And they've shown me respect by being in every game. 82 games, 82 sellouts. There's no need for what they did today, but they did it, and I would greatly appreciate it.
Michael, the post-game reception you received, it didn't seem befitting of a guy who's accomplished as much as you have. Did you ask the Wizards to tone it down a little? And since you didn't speak to the fans out in the arena, is there a message you have to them, the long-suffering fans?
I mean, obviously, you guys know about my feelings about doing these types of things. I didn't ask for Abe and Irene to do anything, and they chose to do it on themselves, and greatly appreciative. I mean, I didn't get a chance to speak to the fans. Obviously, they know that I love the support they've given to me and to the team, to the organization over the years. And I didn't ask them to tone it down. That's what they chose to do, and that's very respectful for them. I didn't come in with any prerequisites or any kind of request in terms of how people send me off in retirement. I mean, I'm still here. I'm still going to be around the game. It's not like, I'm going to go in the corner and just rot. I'm going to still be around the game. And no matter what they do for me, it's always appreciative. I mean, no one can give me more for the game than what the game's given me already.
Michael, what are you going to do with the shoes that you wore tonight?
I'm not going to give them to you. I'd be glad to keep them.
Michael, there were expectations about what they wanted the ending for you to be. What did you want the ending to be?
I had no expectation for my ending. My ending is going to be, when this team is successful. That would be a great ending for me. Everybody, I'm pretty sure, would love to see me hit the game-winning shot in the finals. That to some degree that is a dream ending, but to a competitor, sometimes not being as successful is a great send-off. To know that you got to move on to do other things and do it in other ways that can be just as successful. And that's how I looked at this. I'm looking forward to trying to continue to build this organization in the right way. And that's playing every single night and making the fans very, very proud of our actions on the basketball court.
From the sound of this press conference, Kurt, it sounds like there's a lot of work to be done and a lot of cleaning of what has been a very messy year, which culminated in this post-game press conference.
It's absolutely amazing because he talked about the lack of respect that the players showed the head coach. And you wonder if they did that while Jordan was around in the locker room, how bad is it going to be next year when he's not in the locker room? And, Jordan had to come in and put his foot down.